up? Okay, my people are waiting. Yeah, we are live both on Facebook and on YouTube.
Ooh.
Today, my guest is Alex. Alex is going to talk to us concerning the vegan lifestyle, and she lives in Canada. But I'm not going to introduce her. I would like her to introduce herself. Alex, over to you.
Okay. Well, my name's Alex, and I have been vegan for about 10 years now. And I actually, before that, was vegetarian since my early 20s, and I'm in my 50s now. So, as far as making a drastic life change, going from vegetarian to vegan wasn't a huge leap for me. Um, but probably some of the changes that I've made later on in my 50s were, um, I guess, were bigger and more dramatic. Yeah, so I am now a vegan fitness coach, and I am also working on becoming a a nutrition coach, a vegan nutrition coach. So I have been studying nutrition my entire life. It's not the work that I've done my entire life, but I'm very passionate about it. I am an ethical vegan, so I went originally vegetarian because I didn't want to eat animals. I didn't want animals to be harmed, and that's eventually the reason that I chose to remove all animal products from the way I eat, and also any using any animal products such as leather, silk, wool. Yeah, so that's me as an introduction. I'm
Thank you.
also, yeah, I'm also very passionate about bringing like wellness in general to people. So, and I'm an artist as well. So I like bringing therapeutic art to people, as well as yoga, meditation, and fitness, of course. So, yeah,
Mhm. Thank you
that's
so
me.
much.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Well, there was a video I shot recently that showcased three reasons why people choose going plant-based. One is your own reason, which is an ethical one. You love animals, so you wouldn't want them to be harmed, which is lovely. What does a typical day of meals look like for you? What do you eat from morning till night?
Yeah. Okay. I know it can seem really strange at first. So yes, you're right. Number one reason for me, like I said, is animals. But a lot of people will say, going vegan for the animals, for the environment, and for health. So they're all three important to me. But number one is, of course, animals. So what does a day look like? So I usually, before I go to the gym or do a workout in the morning, I will have like a smoothie. So I'll have like some vegan protein powder, plant-based protein powder with like a banana and just that's I might have like a waffle, because yes, you can get vegan waffles. You don't need to have eggs in your waffles, and you can buy them store bought here. So I'll have that maybe with some uh, I make like a baklava, so it's like some nuts with some vegan butter, and that's what I'll have kind of like as a pre-workout snack. This is sort of like my day during the week. So then I'll come home and I have a breakfast sandwich with some veggie bacon, which is just basically for flavor. It's not really a nutritional thing. Um, and then I'll have some tofu and on an English muffin. So that's like my after workout pre work snack. And I'll usually have something for lunch. Will be like what I try to do is have half of my daily daily meals. This is health wise, and since menopause, I've found this to be the most helpful, especially because I started gaining weight in menopause. So what I try to do is have my plate like half. veggies, and mainly like cruciferous veggies. So I personally can't have cauliflower, but cauliflower is a great one. Or broccoli, asparagus, green beans. And so half my plate is that. And then I'll have like a small portion of lean protein, which would be for me tofu or tempeh, so soy products, or seitan, which is made from wheat gluten. And then the other quarter of my plate would be like something like might be like a starchy carb. So it could be beans or rice or like a pasta even. So whatever combination that I have, that's what I'll eat. And then for dinner, usually I go do something active in the evenings too. So I'll have like a large salad, and I'll just load that up with again, like lots of leafy greens and some nuts and seeds, and I'll chop some tofu up and put that in my salad, or some seitan if I have some left over. So that's my dinner. That's what my day looks like. Let's see. And I love to have snacks. So I'll have some granola bars, or like a high protein veggie, like vegan. I make a vegan peanut butter mousse that I'll have. So that's just an example. Or some like little energy balls. And yeah, I guess that's it. But pretty much anything that you have that's meat, cheese, and egg based, you can make plant based. And I've become pretty good at it because I love cooking. So,
That's good. It
mhm.
doesn't even sound boring as people like me will think, which is cool. How do you handle eating out or attending social events where non-vegan food is served?
Okay, well, that is a little more difficult. We've had some, like, fortunately, we live near Vancouver, so in Canada, so like there's a really high vegan population here, so it's quite easy to find vegan food, or to find even all vegan restaurants. Like, so that's all they serve is vegan food, which is lovely. But it's just funny that you say that, because last night we were super excited to try. We went to a local pub because we live kind of like on the outskirts of Vancouver, and we were so excited to support this local place that had like an entire section of like a vegan vegetarian menu. And when we got there, they said, "Oh no, we don't have that. We can't get that. We don't have that." Like, we were just trying to get like a nice juicy vegan burger, and so we were a little disappointed. So it can be hard. I'm not going to lie, it can be hard. But I mean, for being like, if you just want to be plant based, and like just to make things clear, like it's it's not like you have to do everything perfect all the time. If you eat plant based, like, at home 5 days a week, if you go out and you find there's not a lot of options for you, then if that's your reality, then at least you're doing your part like 5 or 6 days out of the week, and all your meals out of the week are like that. And then I don't really believe in like restricting. Like, I personally don't ever eat animal products, but if you're doing it for health reasons, like I actually eat healthy all week, but then we will go and have like order pizza, and we'll have like pizza night, which is not like, it's still vegan, but it's that sort of like, I think being too restrictive with healthy eating, in my opinion, can lead to like, falling off the wagon. And so I think it's nice to have like every once in a while, a day or a meal that, isn't like your perfect, the perfect meal that you would have, like, say, for the rest of the week, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a question here. Do you think there should be more vegans? This question is for you, Alex.
Okay. Do you think that's the question? Do you think there should be more vegans?
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to see a vegan world. I think that it would be lovely. It would be great for animals, of course. I think it's great for health reasons and great for the environment. So yes, I would like to see there be more vegans. Absolutely. But I think
Okay.
Yeah, we all need to do our own part, I think. It's so whatever that means, however we can do that. But personally, yes, I'd like to see more vegans in the world.
Okay, there you have it. Okay, I heard you say in your 50s and you were talking about menopause. No one knows you are up to 50, Alex. Are you trying to tell me there are health benefits, positive health benefits just by turning vegan?
Okay, by eating a healthy plant-based diet, yes, there are many health benefits, and I actually follow a lot of plant-based doctors who are much better at explaining this. But yes, there's lower risk of like heart disease and diabetes and like high blood pressure, a lot of the things that happen to us as we age, a lot of those can be, some can be reversed and or like just don't happen. And for me, none of that has actually happened. And I think that's mainly because I was vegetarian for so long. But those health conditions do run in my family, and I've so far been able to avoid them. So yes, but I have known people that have had pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, and overweight, and have become plant-based and cut out a lot of the things like cheese. It's like cheese is a big one, dairy is a big one, and have reversed those. So I've personally know people that have done that, and um, yes, and there are studies to back that up. The main doctor that I follow, his name is Dr. Greger, Greger, and he's probably got like the most information of anyone that I've seen. He's probably like, he's my go-to, and he has a book called How Not to Age. And that's something that I would recommend to people if they want to learn more scientifically about how a plant-based diet can benefit a person.
No, we want to learn from you. Please give us your Instagram handle.
Okay.
Don't send us to anyone else. Please give us
Well,
your Instagram handle.
he's a doctor, and he's who I get my information from. So mine is Artsy Health Nut. So Instagram, that would be ARTZY _ HEALTH _nut.
Start afresh.
You want me to repeat it?
Mm-hmm.
ARTZY
Mm-hmm.
_ HEALTH
Mm-hmm.
_NUT.
Instagram.
Yes.
So it's at. Okay. There's another question in the comments that says, are vegans healthier? Apparently, you have said yes without actually saying yes. Am I right?
That I would like to see more vegans in the world. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Are vegans healthier?
Oh, vegans healthier. Yes. Well, I mean, it depends. Not necessarily you don't actually, because you can be a very unhealthy vegan. Like eating a whole foods plant-based diet is what is healthy, because you can eat vegan junk food and you can be overweight and you can still have all those problems. So I wouldn't say being vegan is healthier, like, but eating a whole foods plant-based diet, whole foods plant-based is the key to yes, being healthy. And in my opinion, it is the healthiest that I've seen for sure.
Okay. There's another question. Is being vegan hard? Is it difficult to be a vegan?
Um, I would say the hardest part about uh, honestly, the hardest part about being vegan is that it really opens your eyes to how animals are treated, and that is for me, as far as being vegan goes, that's hard. I plant based is, I don't find it hard. It is definitely a bit of a mind, a switching your mind to a different mindset. And it's not what is common. It's not what people are doing. Um, most of the world is not doing it. So we are definitely the minority for being plant-based, but it's becoming more popular and it's becoming a lot easier. And so it's way easier. I would say, yes, it's becoming a lot easier. And I think there's a lot of resources out there. There's so much information on the internet about how to eat plant-based. And if you go onto Pinterest or even just do a Google search, you'll come up with like a gazillion recipes that are healthy and delicious. And yeah, I never ever have the desire to eat cheese or dairy or like once that is out of your diet and your like your vision, it's just like no, like it just I don't personally find it hard because my why is really huge. Like I just really don't want to use animals in that way. So yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
When I was researching for that video, I
hmm
found 69 celebrities who swear by plant-based nutrition. That was an eye opener for me because I didn't know there were that many. So it's not something that is old fashioned or
right.
going away soon. It's something people are even coming on board right now, which is great. Which is great. Okay, there's another question that asks, are free range eggs okay?
From a vegan standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't eat eggs at all, and I don't uh, free range. If you do some research, if you're talking ethically, um, no, not for me. Absolutely not. And also there's a lot of evidence to support not eating eggs, and they aren't necessary for protein. They're basically, yeah, not necessary in our diet at all. And the
Okay.
way that, yeah, so, I mean, not okay for me. I don't have any
Ah,
eggs.
okay. What are the common misconceptions about veganism that you've encountered?
Okay. Are you talking plant-based or vegan? Do you want me to explain the difference? Because I keep saying like, vegan this, plant-based this. Do you want
Okay.
me to explain?
Please,
Okay.
first of
Okay.
all, yes, tell us the
Okay.
differences and the
Yeah, because
challenges you faced.
okay. Okay. So first of all, the difference between being plant-based and being vegan is that somebody who eats a plant-based diet, well, is not doing it, or you can be vegan and eat a plant-based diet. Obviously, that's my diet. But um, you can also be plant-based and not be vegan. So you can be plant-based, just it's basically just for your health or for the environment, but not an ethical stance against animal abuse. So that's the difference. What was your question? Plant-based. What were the
Misconceptions. What
misconceptions?
misconceptions, yeah, do we
Okay.
have that you've encountered? And then what challenges have you run into?
Okay. So I guess first of all, I guess that making the distinguishing between vegan and plant-based, that's probably a misconception that not everybody who eats a plant-based diet is vegan, and not everybody who is vegan eats healthy. That's another misconception. Like you can be very unhealthy on a vegan diet, and you can eat a whole foods plant-based. If you eat that, like you don't actually have to care about animals at all, and you can eat plant-based. So yeah, that's a misconception. I would say another one is that it is hard, and I'm not going to lie, it's hard at first, but it becomes way easier, and there are so many plant-based foods. Like it will just open up your mind and like open up all these like possibilities of exploring all this food that a lot of us don't like. I think a lot of people don't know about, because the plant kingdom is like huge, like what we can eat. It's just like, it's colorful and it's delicious, and like all our spices, like a lot of meats and dishes are flavored with plants. Like, that's what makes it delicious. Like, eating like a raw chicken or piece of raw meat is with nothing on it is probably not appealing to a lot of people. So yeah, plants are what make things yummy and colorful and filling. Another thing is, oh, I wouldn't be filled up on a plant-based diet. That's another misconception. I eat a ton, and I have like I eat a lot of food, and I'm postmenopausal, so and I was gaining weight, and so once I switched to like eating a lot more of the cruciferous veggies and vegetables, and like cutting down a bit on the starchy carbs, because I don't use beans as my protein source. So those are more of a carb, which carbs are good, but like that's just not what I use for my protein source. Anyways, like after doing that, I lost the weight like pretty quickly, and so I think that's yeah. I
That's
guess
cool.
it's not feeling
Yeah,
not feeling filled. Like, we don't eat just salad. There's so many different things to eat.
you're right. Because that's what we keep thinking. Oh, they are only eating salads. That must be
I'm gonna be
boring.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so hungry. What do I do? But like, I don't like being hungry. I love food. So like, yeah, I'm never hungry. And I just fill up
That's
on
good.
the healthy stuff, and then I can have treats at the end of the day or the end of the week, because I've made it a priority to have a lot of plant foods in my diet. So, yeah.
That's good. I would like to tell everyone watching, and even if you're watching on replay, please still let us know that you joined us. She is going to give us something to help us on this vegan or plant-based lifestyle, but that will be later on after this video. So please keep coming back to check. When I get the link from her, I'll put it in the comments. So even if it's 3 days later, check back on this video because Alex has something for everyone that is interested. That's a deal. What advice, Alex, would you give to someone considering a vegan or a plant-based lifestyle? No, let me stick with vegan. What advice would you give to someone considering a vegan lifestyle?
Okay. Well, I would suggest number one would be to watch some documentaries. And if you're talking vegan, so ethically, and that is my why, so it makes me stay on track for sure. Um, I've actually never watched this one because I've never needed to, but I've heard it's been very helpful for a lot of vegans. Initially, it's called Earthlings. So that's a documentary that I think would be helpful. But there's also other ones on the environment. So Cowspiracy is another one. And I guess the third one would be What the Health. So I would say those are probably the top three. And like I said, out of the three of them, I've not watched Earthlings because it goes quite deeply into how animals are treated in the animals that are used for food and entertainment. And apparently I can't watch it. I think it would tear my heart to pieces if I watched it. But so I personally can't do it. But I've heard that is the thing that helped a lot of people go vegan. And then the other two documentaries, What the Health, if you want to look at a plant-based diet, then What the Health is probably a good one to watch as well. But that would be my top, yeah, because you'll get all the information I think that you need there as a good starting point, and then just research, explore, be creative with food, and just start changing your mindset towards thinking of food differently. And it's not restrictive. It doesn't feel restrictive to me at all. And my friends and family are quite supportive, and we will go to places to eat that have vegan options. They'll provide that for me, or I'll bring my own food if I'm going to their house. I'll just like bring a dish to share, and then they'll go, "Oh yeah, and I didn't put any butter in the potatoes for you. Here you go." So like it's yeah,
Just like you
pretty.
mentioned your family, how important is community support for someone transitioning to a vegan lifestyle?
Oh, yes, that's a really good point. It is very important. I actually belong to quite a few Facebook groups, and in and around my community. So we will share vegan tips, and we will also have like if there's a sale going on something that you know we think other vegans would want to purchase in the neighborhood, then um, that will be there. So there's like yeah, there's and then there's also like throughout the whole world. Like there's if you just like do a search for vegan. Like any vegan Facebook groups, you'll find the support there. There's actually one called Vegan in Menopause as well. So yeah, community is great because you have a sense of other people that understand what what you stand for, and um, yeah, it helps for sure. Yes, community is very important.
Someone says, "Thank you for answering his questions."
You're welcome.
What do
Thank
you
you for asking.
think the future? What do you think the future holds for the vegan movement? What do you think is coming up?
Um, well, I've heard that there are well, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. What I've heard is that there's things like I meat that's grown in labs. It's not personally something I would want to do, and I think a lot of people would find that super scary. But what it involves is uh, growing tissue from like a chicken's DNA or cells or something, and then growing it in a lab, and then it's identical to chicken. I personally don't think that people need to do that. But I mean, if people just don't need to eat chickens. Like I don't need to eat chickens or whatever. But there are people who are convinced that they do need to want to continue eating chickens. So that's something that has been explored. So there's that, and also there's other companies who are trying to identify the protein that is in cheese that makes it so stretchy and gooey, and so that people can have like a vegan cheese that they like. Again, I don't feel like that's necessary for me, but that's something that I think in the future might be appealing to people and make it easier. But I am hoping that the land that we use for animal agriculture in the world is going to become less and less as people see how healthy and delicious and awesome being having a plant-based diet is. So that's my hope, and it is growing. So that's good.
True, that's good. I
Yeah.
tried preparing tofu and the result was miserable. Can you please teach me? Can you what didn't I do properly? It
Okay.
should
Well,
have
I'm
come out soft, but it came out like a stone.
so you tried to make tofu, or you tried to make something with tofu?
I was trying to make something with tofu. I
Okay.
ended up with a stone.
Okay. All right. So I'm not. Okay. I don't know what you did. My favorite way to have tofu is to marinate it. So I get extra firm tofu, and tofu is basically just a sponge. So it just takes on. It doesn't really have a flavor. It just takes on whatever flavors you put in it in the marinade. So that my favorite way, I guess, is to marinate the tofu, and then you cut it into planks, you press all the water out, and then it sucks up the marinade, and then you bake it. So that's my favorite way to do tofu. But there are like many different things you can do with tofu. So
Good.
Like,
I was
it ama-
trying to use it in stir fry, and
okay.
it didn't. It didn't work out well.
Okay, yes. If you cube it, and I can give you some tips on that. But if what I do is in a stir fry, I'll cube the tofu and then I'll just toss it around in a bit of oil, and then it gets sort of like crispier on the outside, and then I kind of toss that aside, and then I'll add it afterwards. So I sort of like do the tofu first, yeah. But
Thank you.
yeah, hope that
I'll try.
helps.
I'll try it again, and I'll tell you the results.
Okay, I can send you some recipes that work really well.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. How has this is our last question before you leave us with a parting word? How has adopting a vegan lifestyle changed you personally? What have you learned about yourself that you didn't know existed before this?
You know what? I've just always been like this from the time that I found out where meat came from when I was 4 years old. I broke out into tears and I didn't really know. I thought, oh, we have to eat meat. So I don't feel like it was a huge shift for me. It's just what I've always believed. And anytime, so like that, I just thought, I grew up with my parents. My mom grew up on a farm and my dad was British, and meat and potatoes were like the basis of every meal. So when I left home, I just was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I don't want to eat meat. And so I just stopped. And then, yeah, just learning about once the internet was a little more available, learning about the dairy, what happens to animals in the dairy and egg industry just made me stop that as well. So it hasn't been. It's just always been a part of me. I guess I've just always had that. Um, my eyes have always been open to it. So as it hasn't really it wasn't this big thing that opened up and like, oh, I just never wanted to do it. I was always looking for ways to reduce animal suffering, and this is the single best way for me to make an impact is to not eat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's good. That's huge because out of the three reasons, one was ethical, which is yours.
Yeah.
Some other people went vegan due to health issues that they ran into, while others wanted to leave less carbon footprints on the universe.
Yeah.
So, no matter the reason, what I found out is going plant based or vegan has lots of benefits. I may not be able to do what you're doing, Alex, but I encourage you to go ahead. You're doing the right thing. It's not for all of us, but I am proud of you.
Well,
Let
thank
me
you.
share your Instagram link again. Please check Alex out on Instagram at this handle. There, you will learn more from her. And if you're planning to transition, please send her a direct message because then she can help you. She can hold your hands and take you through. That's what she does. Vegan, she's a vegan nutrition coach, and you can only get the best from her. That's her Instagram account. And whatever you need, I can't help you, but Alex can, and she will. Ask her questions. She'll be more than happy to assist. Alex, what are you leaving us with?
I guess the most important thing would be that you don't have to be perfect about it. Just do what you can, eat more plants, and it doesn't have to be an all or nothing. You will definitely benefit, your health will benefit, and the animals will benefit from people eating more plants in general. So that's what I would leave you with is don't think of it as like, oh, I need to cut everything out and it's this big transition. It doesn't have to be. It can just be like, slowly introducing more plant-based food into your life and you will be healthier by eating more plants.
Thank you so much. Do you have a course? Do you have a book? Do you have something you sell to help people on this journey?
No, right now I have, if you go to Instagram and you go to my link tree, you'll see that you can book a call with me, and then we can talk about how I can help, whether it's wanting to be plant-based or vegan, or if also for, because I'm a personal trainer, I can help with vegan fitness as well. So, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. We've come to the end of today's video. And like I always say, tomorrow's topic will be better than today's on. My name is Ngo, and she is Alex. Alex, thank you so much for coming to open our eyes to so many other things we didn't know before now. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
I
you.
hope you'll come again.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun.
Good, 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 good. Thank you. And remember, you have only one life. Take very good care of it. If you need help in any of this vegan, plant based lifestyle journey, please reach out to Alex. Her Instagram account is on the screen. But if you need help in any other way, lifestyle, your health, reach out to me as well. I'm going to leave my link in the comment section for you to chat with me or just send me a direct message. That will do. And until next time, remain blessed. Bye, everyone.